to another week of the Hideout here. We are going to get y'all started with a new time at the moment. As you see, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun's shining. We're usually, at dusk. But as life, always gives us lemons and we make lemonade with it.
Life didn't give us lemons. We had this discussion.
So we had to change the time. Our new time will be 2 to 4 on Saturdays. That is the goal. We may or may not switch it due to, again, scheduling conflicts. Emmanuel also has, 2 jobs. My job varies on scheduling, as y'all can see. So just bear with us, guys. As long as we keep y'all updated, we'll, again, let y'all know when the stream time will be. But, again, for now, new stream time is Saturdays at 2 to 4. So that is the goal. Hopefully we can keep that up for now, and then we'll go from there. It's going to be opening up a lot of windows. That is some of the news I wanted to bring to you guys. We worked during the week, so we weren't able to bring a lot of content to y'all guys during the week. But now that my schedule is flipping around and everything, now my weeks will be a little bit more alleviated. And I'm hoping to bring more content to you guys throughout the week in via what I've always said, shorts, reels, and YouTube. So again, YouTube is on construction basis. I think we're still like on episode 5 of season 1, and my goal is hopefully to get that completely caught up within the next month or so. So that program, that stream site will be current. And after that, then it's all gung-ho. Like, again, we have plans for hopefully some conventions. We're hoping, again, for guest stars. We want to bring Nathan back in. We want to bring Tyrick back into the show. He's an MCU movie goer. So he would just bring all knowledge, movies. And he's actually got one up. I think he's more knowledgeable on like actors. That's what I'm ready. I was like, face and like names, we got it down. Like, we're not names down, but faces and scenes, 100%. But this guy like knows the like musical, composer, like goes hard, and I love it. So I'm excited to bring these guests on to bring some more excitement to the show. Again, new time, guys. If y'all are just tuning in, new time will be Saturday 2 to 4, and we'll go from there. Again, thank y'all for tuning in, and we hope to still bring y'all amazing content. We got a chock full schedule to finish out the year. We've explained it a couple episodes back, so we won't rehash on that. But I see you have some news, so I'm gonna let you go with the first piece of news, and then we'll go from there.
Oh yeah, just some more rumors and then news.
Hey, we'll take rumors. We'll take rumors.
There is as of right now, talks of Armor War and what's his name?
Don Cheadle?
The guy that played Blade, Ali.
Oh, Marshall Ali?
Yeah. As of right now, his Blade movie and Armor Wars are on hold. So, but there are supposedly talks of Wesley Snipes coming back into the Sacred Timeline as Blade for a while. So I'm cool with that.
You think so?
I like Wesley Snipes.
It was a good one. Good one. I just hope that they didn't bring their animosity into the Ryan Reynolds bring their animosity from Blade or Trinity into the Deadpool MCU. Hopefully they hashed it out and they're cool.
Supposedly it was like a running joke.
Or a gimmick. Oh, okay.
But I'm like, I don't know, because I've heard he was hard to work with outside of just Trinity. So.
He was going through some troubled times at that time.
I mean, yeah, tax. They difficult.
We all. Must be nice. But
I want to get paid taxes some more.
Exactly. I did read that. So Blade is gonna have a mix. I wonder how they'll do it. Again, I heard about the hiatuses, and so it's killing me, dude. Like, again, Marshall Ali was upset with the script. They wiped out the writers. They brought new ones in. I mean, they're changing scary, a lot, bro. It's scary.
But Wesley Snipes hopefully holds it down for a while, because honestly, he was great as Blade, and I can't, like, in my head when they announced the new guy playing Blade, I was kind of like,
You didn't
Okay,
you don't
I'll
like
give him.
Marshala?
I'm like, I'll give him a shot
Okay,
because I'm like,
because he did. I mean, again, I like his acting. He did a good job on Luke Cage. So he's
Yeah.
already been in the MCU just a little bit in there, but I really feel like he would have been able to do it. Like I feel like he would have pulled it off. I say he should have maybe bulked up a little bit from the character in Luke Cage was a little bit thinner, if I remember correctly. So I wouldn't mind him to like bulk up a little bit. But other than that, I think I was gonna give him a shot.
Yeah, like I would have given him a shot, but I think Wesley Snipes in my head, I can't pull that. Like a lot of people are for Toby as Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That Snipes is
dude.
Blade.
I'm watching those movies right now, dude, and I don't know. I like Toby. I like it. He did good. I just why does he look like he's crying all the time, bro?
Like he's hurting on the inside.
Like I was like, okay, maybe it's just
what? How about you get radiation in your veins and come talk to me after, okay? We don't know if it's so coursey.
If it just burns him at his entirety the whole time. But yeah, like I was just like, dude, he looks like he's just crying all the time.
No,
like
I have this discussion,
loving on his face, and he just looks like he's got little tears in his eyes, and I'm like, you're a little bitch. Like, suck it up, man. Come on. But yeah, so I'm rewatching those. So again,
I have this constant discussion with people because everybody's like, no, Toby's the best, and the newer people are like, no, Holland's the best. And I was like, what are we ranking on? Are we ranking Spider-Man or Peter Parker? Because those are two separate entities.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, this one's the best in both. I was like, you're wrong. Neither is the best in both.
See, and that's what a lot have said. Andrew was the better Spider-Man, Toby was the better Peter, and we got Tom Holland trying his best. But I feel like he did good if they can give him the script in this next trilogy.
Honestly, Andrew is the better Spider-Man. Holland is the better Peter.
No shit.
In my opinion.
Okay.
Personally. Because Toby Toby is middle in both.
Static.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, without him, we wouldn't have got the movies, that we got. But at the same time, I was like, he doesn't fit the Spider-Man trope too often, but he also doesn't fit Peter that well either. But he acted better as Peter than Andrew did, and he's probably more decent as Spider-Man than Holland is. But
and what instance in that reason? Because I was looking at his reflex ones on this one where the goblin, threw those blades or whatever, and then it goes back to a lot of people misjudge Holland's in field awareness, because on the scene where on Far From Home when all the drones and everything he's already 10 moves ahead, like moving drones in position so that they would crash or etc. So that's why I was like, oh okay, like he's
honestly I kind of almost want to put Toby on the bottom of the Spider-Man list, only because Andrew's feats and his overall hilariousness with Spider-Man is amazing. I'm like
lankiness too.
Yes,
they said he's supposed to be built and lanky.
Yeah,
but
because he created spider foo.
Okay,
like it's the whole fighting style around his being able to fight like a spider and his movements and the spider sense.
It's funny that you said that. They were one of the videos I just seen on a reel showing Spider-Man like crawling over lizard, like a spider, when he's like,
yes, that is one of the best. Yes, that one is probably one of the best scenes of any Spider-Man alone. But then also it's his like quirkiness when he the guy in the movie, he's like, oh no, you found my weakness, small knives, and then just dude, like that's Spider-Man. So he's always been one of the better Spider-Man for me. Holland is second because he's kind of like the main scene for me in my head with him portraying Spider-Man is, dude, you got a metal arm? Like, that's Spider-Man. But Toby doesn't have like really one of those moments. He's too serious.
Yeah. Like it felt forced when he was like calling him Gobby. Yeah. Like, because it was supposed to be like a
funny, like, and like a little knee-jerk.
Instead of Goblin, I was just like, Gobby? Like, it just felt forced.
It's not done correctly. But the other two have that, like, Holland has more of that innocence to him, and Garfield had more of that quirky funniness to him. And those two have the better encompassed Spider-Man. But Holland, I think, has Parker down better because of his like nervous energy, and he's kind of like unsure of himself and everything. But
super genius doesn't
yeah,
know.
he's smart. He knows how to do certain things. But then Garfield is probably the worst one because at that point he's like
it was more of a love story on Garfield's thing.
Yeah, it's more of a love story, but it's also he's like almost like, yeah, I know I could do everything and this and that. I'm like, Peter Parker was never completely sure of himself. He always had that like questioning until he got older. And Holland has that like, I'm still learning, but I'm like, you know, it's that I don't want to mess up this.
I don't know what's going on, Mr. Stark.
Yeah, but then that screwed him over too. Like they're like he's trying to get approval too much, and I'm like, yeah.
I see what you're saying. All right, so what's the next piece of news? So we got
that
Blade
one
returning, maybe, and
then the Armor Wars,
Don Cheadle said something about that. Like it was on a recent interview. I guess he did a movie, and they were like, "So, give us an update on Armor Wars." And he's like, "What is Armor Wars?" I don't know if he did it on purpose because he knows. He knows. Was the one that got what's his name? Bruce. What's his name? Oh my god. Forgot his name. Well, nonetheless, he was like, no, and he spilled the beans. So I'm pretty sure he's in the loop. Yeah. So, and then again, to have all that we had go on with Secret Invasion, so he knows he's in the mix.
He knows his stuff.
So,
but that, and then the next piece of news, again, not confirmed, but I can totally see it going down this way. They said that the Avengers now are going to be pulled back a little bit, not as forward heavy. Because now it's going to be the X-Men. After Secret Wars,
that was my piece of news.
Yeah, after Secret Wars is going to be X-Men heavy, like just like all stops are going. I can't wait till they do X-Men versus the Avengers. Only problem with that is it has the same damn problem as Civil War.
Too many to go against each other.
The movie didn't have enough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Comic book wise, it's too massive.
Yeah, it's so huge. It's like you got your whole damn your whole back catalog.
But see, and actors, actresses, you know, if you're watching or ever do watch this, consider yourselves on these crossovers. This is I'm talking to the crowd out here. To get these crossovers, I feel like they have to pull back their need for the money. You know what I mean? To be in the film. You know what I mean? Like we can't have 154 top-notch actors wanting 10 to 16, 20, 30 million dollars per scene. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you can get yourself, you know, back to reality and like $100,000 for your 10-minute part or your, you know, whatever, like a fight scene. Okay, that's a $500,000 or a million. You know what I mean?
Just a cameo of you coming up, saying the line, and walking off.
Yeah, don't ask for $2 million. Don't ask for $10 million. Don't top the budget.
If you're gonna be in the movie more, I can understand you wanting to get paid more, but at the same time, if you do it for the love of the character, like we've heard that rumor going around about Ryan Reynolds taking that huge pay cut to play Deadpool.
To get Gambit and all that. Everybody.
Yeah, to get everything. But also in the first Deadpool, he like took a huge cut because he's like, no, we need this movie going out. Then what's his name? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Everything just went.
Robert Downey Jr. Coming in for what? 10 minutes of the film and he got like 6 million or however many million for the Spider-Man movie where he was just like in India, a little scene in India and then the stepping out of the suit and he got what, like, 10 million or something like that?
Anything in the millions, I'm kind of like, yo, dude, you didn't need that. Especially considering, do you know his contract for, I think, Endgame and Infinity War, he took a little bit of a pay cut, but got back pay for how much while the movie paid out with the budget. With the profit, with the box office, he got like 3% of the box office profit. I was like, dude, that thing hit billions. You got more than enough. You don't need to be like, if you really love this character, if you really like, I feel like
if you're doing it for the love of the fans and like doing it for the comic, you're gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Like I feel like Henry Cavill, would be a type of person to come in, do a scene, and be like, I'm just doing it so we could do it. Like, I feel like...
Or, for instance, not to cut you off, Jason David Frank. He did that crowdfunding to do the Green Ranger, or like that, apparently that dark the Green Ranger comic or whatever. Yeah. Why? Because the fans wanted it. It was something the fans loved, and he felt like he can do it. You know what I mean? So I was just like, rest in peace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. For when I heard he passed, I was like, damn, there goes another.
Yeah, freaking broke my heart, bro.
Like, if you have a love for what you did, or a love for a character, or the love for the franchise, like you're gonna be more willing, especially considering you got millions. Like, yeah, your lifestyle requires that now, but it's not a necessity. You don't need all that money.
I
You know,
agree.
sometimes it's just about the accolades, being like, yeah, I played this dude and I did such a damn good job. Now, like with Hugh Jackman, he did such a damn good job. Everybody associates him with Wolverine, and
Mhm.
even like for me, like with Wesley Snipes, I can't get another Blade
Out of your mind.
out of my mind because now all I see is him. Whenever I
Yeah.
see Blade, that's
Yeah.
he comes on my brain. So
So I agree, man. I feel like they have to get off their high horse for something that massive.
Yes.
If Avengers and X-Men ever come into fruition, like 100%, everyone has to be in agreement that, hey, this is gonna make money. This is gonna hit the billions. Like, just be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, just again, fight scenes more. You
Yeah.
know, cameos. You know, get your 100,000. Your
Yeah, you're
50,000.
good.
You know, good. Just do
If
it.
you-
You know
if
what I
you're-
mean? Just enough for the theater to lose their mind. Like, if,
Yes.
you know, freaking Chris Evans, you know, Captain America again. The theater
Mhm.
will lose their shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and then that's it. That's all you
That's
need.
all you need.
$50,000.
because now people are going to be clamoring to have you back, and that's when you can make your money pool again. That's when you're like, all right, like if y'all really want me, give me like a little bit more than what you wanted me for.
to give me a solo film or
Yeah.
a bigger cameo part in
Oh, yeah.
another. Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you have a 2-hour long movie and you're in there for 6 minutes,
You're calling for $9 million. Like,
that's not cool. In my eyes, I'm like, that ain't worth it. Like, yeah, you got a big name, and they're gonna put your name on the poster now because now that you're a big name pool.
I hate that.
But you're not even in. It's okay. You know what it is? You know what it is? And it pisses me off. You ever watch I forget what year it came out, but the Godzilla, one of the newer recent ones
with Matthew Broderick.
the guy from Breaking Bad. Yeah, Godzilla. It's Godzilla.
Oh no, that's the recent one.
Yeah, that's the recent one. The whole thing is the name is Godzilla. You see his leg in the cover. You don't see the whole fucking Godzilla until the last 15 minutes of the movie. You see a clip of his leg. You see a clip of his face. You see a arm or walk by or something, and then the last 15 minutes is when you actually get a full on. I'm like, dude, y'all just like baited us for this. Like, don't get me wrong, it was cool, but at the same time, I was like, it's the Godzilla movie, and you had him in there for 15 out of almost a 2-hour long movie. I was like, nah, that's kind of jacked up. Like, but I understand because that's different because it's CGI, but a person is completely different.
Yeah,
like, come on.
Yeah, I agree. So I hope it does come into happen. I mean, again, I like that they're gonna go that X-Men route. I'm excited for it. They got many storylines to go with.
Oh yeah.
And then I did read that there were Avengers were still gonna come in. That was gonna be the title film of like the year, like the Avengers Secret Wars, Avengers Endgame. So there are gonna be ones. I wonder if they are gonna do like X-Men headed titles, like
they
how they
should.
did. You know what I mean? Like X-Men and the excuse me, guys. Sorry, X-Men and the this and that or whatever. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind that. So I'm excited about that for sure. So
definitely,
if done right.
If done right. Oh, yeah. Actually, there was another piece of news, and I don't have it like on me. I only remembered it because I saw a Shuri right there. It was an article from somebody, like, I guess, who did an interview or like talked to somebody in Marvel, and they said that there's a rumor saying that Shuri is going to give the Black Panther power to
the sun.
The sun. And I was like, don't do that. I was already upset. Like the moment I read it, I was like, no. I was like, do you see
what is it? You picked your poison, you gotta go with it.
Yes. I was like, you already chose this. Don't backtrack now because we hate it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if everybody hates it. I just don't care for sure as Black Panther. But I was like, give it to him.
It was a small comic arc, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was
like
relatively
a
small.
10 comic page.
Like a 10 comic series. Yeah. But I was like, give it to M'Baku. Give it to somebody else. Bring back Killmonger. Give me somebody else. Don't give it to the Sun just because y'all like messing around. Now, like, immediately threw me out. Like, I put a bad taste in my mouth.
It goes back to getting the timeline. I mean, for him to be fighting age, get the Black Panther power, and but they're gonna do the whole Young Avengers thing. So I think she's gonna stay the Black Panther, and then when it hands off to where the Young Avengers are gonna be a head title, I think that's when she'll hand it off. We'll give the younger Black Panther, and then the older Black Panther.
I just don't.
But I agree. Don't backtrack now. Don't be like, oh, you're right, guys. We're sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Don't bust a Sonic on us. Like,
oh my! Dude, did you see the new trailer? Yeah,
dude. A lot of tiebacks. They got the guy that made the Sonic games with the Shadow. They got him to come do like the animation. Yes. I was like, dude, yes, Sonic learned from their first mistake. Piss the fans off with the face. Game over. They were like, let's go to the website. Let's find out who's wanting what. How do they want it? Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, you know what's hilarious though? I don't think it's been confirmed, but there was that rumor saying that the people who were doing the movie purposely put out that bad Sonic for press. Any press is good press. Get all the bad press, everybody backlash talking shit. So when they did come out with the right one, everybody immediately loved it. And I was like, you sons of bitches, that would have worked. That would have fucking worked. Because immediately when I saw that little beady eyes and I was like, I didn't even see the gloves and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, no.
How did they say yes?
And then when they fixed it, I was like, oh yeah, y'all good now. Like, don't matter. Like, I'm good. You all fixed them? I'm watching it. Like, my daughter watched it at least 3 times in the past. Like,
you think they did it on purpose?
They could have. In all honesty, like, if they did, it worked.
We've got some shitty video game characters. I like that. Ooh, you see the shit fest of Minecraft that's coming out? Like
my daughter, my wife, and I were talking, and I was telling my wife, I was like, yeah, they got Steve in there. My wife's like, who's Steve? So my daughter showed her a picture of Steve, and I was like, guess who's playing him? She's like, who? Jack Black. She's like, that ain't fucking Steve. I was like, just because his name, my wife's like, just because his name's black don't mean he black. I was like, dude, it's terrible.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, name grabbing, like they got Jack Black in there just for the sake, because he's on the hot mix right now.
Yeah, he really is.
He's Bowser. He was doing his, hot thing with that.
Kung Fu Panda.
Was it 5 already or 4?
I think it was 4.
Okay, but yeah, so you know what I mean. So it's just name dropping people. But yeah, dude, I read a comment and I agree. If they want to do game movies, animate them. What's the fixation on live action? Like, we have a lot of good animation styles, like, anime style, Cartoon Cartoon Network style, Nick Jr. style, Gumball style, Adventure Time style, all kinds of different, cartoons, whatever, like,
you know what's sad? Not to cut you off, but as you're saying that, I'm like, yeah, I agree. And then I was like, why do we consider The Lion King that came out recently live action when it's all animated?
CGI.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, the live action Lion King. I was like, that's not live action. That's all CGI.
Fucking lions talk like.
Do you see them eating right now? That was for real. That was filmed.
Holy shit! I just saw that bird talk. No wonder we're over here filming this right now.
Did y'all take the shrooms too?
Speaking of Jack Black, when he takes the shroom for Tenacious D, little baby sass.
Yeah. Dude, this thing, it's crazy.
It wasn't live. It wasn't
live action, but everybody.
But I see what you're saying.
But I'm like, give us. Speaking of that, they don't need to give us a Mufasa movie.
Oh, 100%. But I see what they're doing. Hold on, give me the fact of comics. Since we're about comics, manga, and everything. There is actual Lion King lore, bro. Like, there's a literal book of Lion King, like, that has the family tree, that has Mufasa's dad. Like, it's crazy. Like, so, they're just going off the comics. Did
that come out after the movie?
Not that I heard of. Apparently, like, when you were hearing rumors about, like, back in the day when, like, Scar said something about this, about a brother and this, like, people went back and they found these, like, books they're based off of, like, comics.
I need to see.
Yeah, I know a very small little information about that, but that's what I've heard. Like, they actually have it drawn out in a comic.
I need to see it all. I need to see dates. I need to see timestamps because
if this came out after Lion King, then this was made up. Like,
no, well, I mean, like, you could do it after Lion King, but at that point now you're changing the lore, because the movie gave you its own lore, and if you do it afterwards, now you're kind of expanding the lore. But at this point, I consider it like anime canon. It's canon to the story, but it's not completely canon. Like, it's not completely true.
Got it. Because again, that's why they did the 1.5 and the 2 Lion King 2, because again, they had kids, and apparently this was in the tree. Like that.
Yeah.
That was literally before they made the movie. It was already there. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. But again, why they have a fixation on live action again is I don't understand either. Again, it's gonna cost, if not about the same, if not the same, for actors and actresses, and you know, CGI, you know what I mean, or the animation process, you know what I mean. So I mean, I truly think they're missing up going live action so hard.
I think so too.
I mean, they really are. I think they you know, as far as like what we love, or like games, I mean, call it, you know, Halo. You could have made I'm pretty sure there is an animated series of Halo already, if I'm not mistaken, right?
The only time I see, there might be, but the more times I see it, it's like a YouTube people creating it, which is really good.
But that's what I'm getting at. You know, the game is already a game. Like we think about it. We always say, "Oh man, if I was in Halo, yeah, you know, we would think about the helmets and stuff." But I think genuinely, as an audience, we would love it created as we see it in. You know what I mean? Animation. You know, the story scenes, the cut scenes. You know what I mean? Like, make it a whole movie. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just, you know, on me. I believe they're really missing up going hard on that live action, because I think they're already coming up with a live action. Is it not Demon Slayer live action? It's a current anime.
They already have One Piece out.
It's One Piece. It's another one they got, and it was what's his name? Yu Yu Hakusho. They did the what is it? What's the other one?
Have you ever watched Yu Yu Hakusho?
I haven't. Oh, I've seen it, but back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, not current to have watched the live action to like judge it. So I didn't watch any of it. But nonetheless, yes, I think they're missing up. Live action is going really hard. I feel like, you know, hand in hand, they can, you know, change, you know, the formula or the algorithm of, you know, we would still go see it if it was animated. It doesn't have to be live action.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So 100%.
And I'm like, if you want to use those big name actors, get them to voice act if you need to, if you want to throw big names around. But at the same time, learn from your lesson with Chris Pratt and Jack Black at the moment. These names
saturated.
Yeah, they're oversaturating them way too hard. Like, now I'm kind of overseeing them. Same thing that happened with The Rock and Kevin Hart. They were in every movie at
from
least
like 2010 to like, you know.
Yeah, they're like, they had a movie out which was about every year. I'm like, dude, I'm kind of annoyed seeing y'all. Like, not saying y'all ain't good, but y'all in everything. Like, stop.
It makes me wonder. They talk about Nepo babies, you know, like where like their famous parents make them famous or whatever. I really feel like their name carries the weight, you know what I mean? Like, or their agent, you know what I mean? Like, say they got a bald Hispanic like me, you know, and they got Hector that's been in all those movies and know that he can act, but you know, they don't give a guy like me an opportunity because they know he can produce. You know, does that make sense? You know what I mean? So like, how many African American actors tried out to play in Jumanji? You know what I mean? And they gave it to Kevin Hart because of his, you know, his represent his agent, his name. You know, how many muscle bound dudes swole, you know, as The Rock, probably if not swoller than The Rock, and tried out for that role, didn't get it, you know what I mean? And then it always seems, I don't know the industry, I'm just talking, you know, out of opinion, but it always seems that it's top 3 people. Like, it's always like, you know, The Rock, what is the name? Luke Cage, and who else? So, you know, 3 tall, big, muscular bald dudes. And it's just like, okay. And then in the next movie, you hear that Rock got the role, and then later on, you hear the same 2 dudes were in the running again. And it's just like, was there anyone else getting, you know, trying out for these roles? You know what I mean? Like, you don't hear anymore anything saying like, and introducing, and now introducing, you know what I mean? Like, it's solid people that have been in the mix already, you know what I mean?
And it's kind of sad because I'm like, Marvel introduced Chris Hemsworth and what's the name from Loki?
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston. Those 2 were unknown names at the time, and they're huge. But I think a lot more people now are nervous about putting big, like smaller name actors out because, like you said, these people already have a few good movies behind them. But I'm just like, give that other person a try now. Give like,
especially if it's someone new, like a new superhero or a new villain or something. You know what I mean? Like, we're tired of seeing what's his name from Arrow. He plays such a good villain, and he's been doing a lot of Christian movies here lately. Um, you haven't seen Arrow, so you can't
No.
help me. Nonetheless, him, like, you know, he plays a good villain, you know, such a good villain, but I'm tired of seeing him as a villain. Give me another guy. Give me someone that can give me a new taste in my mouth, a new flavor. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like I don't know his real name. The guy from Breaking Bad, Mandalorian. You know who I'm talking about, right?
The girl or
no, the guy from he was in Breaking Bad.
Giancarlo or something like that.
Think so. I think
he's the bad guy.
He even got a bad guy
for
in a
Brave
video
New
game.
America. Yeah, Brave New World or whatever. Yeah.
But he also in a video game, he's a bad guy.
Oh yeah. Animated, like, actually him. Yeah. Fallout or no. Nonetheless, keep going.
Yeah. But I'm like, he's a good bad guy, but you don't need to keep on recasting him in every damn piece. Like, don't get me wrong, like he's really good at what he does.
Yeah.
But there's probably that could have given it something better. Like, there's probably somebody, like, give him a break so when he does come back, everybody's like, oh, it's him again.
This dude is gonna kill it.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
It's not worth it. It just
this guy, Neil McDonough.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, I agree with you entirely. He's
like good, badass villain, but crazy. He's in a lot of Christian movies here lately. So you know, 100%. And then he actually has a clause that he doesn't kiss any female co-stars because he's married. So,
okay. Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah. Like, you know,
100%. That's pretty crazy. So, but yeah. So you know what I mean? I agree, bro. Like, I mean, if we're gonna keep going, I feel like we need some love, some touch base with the fans. Recapture what we were looking for in the Iron Mans and the Thors and everything back then, you know. And I feel like anime is doing good. I feel like they listen to their fans. They know what they're looking for, you know. So I feel like the anime spectrum is still pretty good on that and that factor. But we're hurting, guys. We're hurting. Speaking of everything that we just talked about, you know, we got a new character on the Agatha All Along. Speaking of new characters, so speaking of this article, this guy's character is Jack Locke or something Locke, and there's a lot of backlash right now on this article that I read that, you know, they're already saying that he's too flamboyant. He's a gay character in the show or whatever, and he's just too flamboyant, too, you know, over the top, whatever, right? And he goes on to say, like, what is it you as an audience want? You know what I mean? Y'all get mad when they cast type someone to this role that isn't gay or whatever, but then you finally get someone that represents the LGBTQ and does right and is trying his best, and it's too much. Yeah. Like, what is it in? You know what I mean? Like, but what I'm getting at is we got a new character. Yeah. A new actor that I haven't seen. I'm pretty sure he's in other stuff. But again, that's what I'm kind of glad, you know. I was like, I'm hoping that apparently he's not a pivotal role, but he's a pivotal role. So the synopsis for Agatha All Along is apparently Scarlet Witch got hurt, right, and died. And so when she died, the curse that she placed on Agatha started weakening. Yeah. And when it was weakening, Homie found out and finished it off, like unlocking the spell, like getting it off of her. So that's the synopsis. He unlocks her mind, recaptures her, her mentality of her being Agatha. There was a bunch of comments, the fact that this teenager was able to know who Agatha was, but you had Hive and Shield and all of them that had a question mark next to her picture on the board, you know what I mean? But this teen knew who she was, you know? So there was a quirkiness of that. But yeah, so they're going to go on this winding road, the witch's death road or something like that. And so that is the synopsis, and they're going to unlock her powers again, apparently. So that again, that's what's coming on September 18th. It's a 2-episode premiere. So we'll get at least 2 episodes, and then I think it's a total of 10. So
Okay.
weekly after that, and then I don't know when the 18th is. I'm pretty sure
That's in a few weeks. Like in another week or two.
So the 18th is on a Wednesday. So then it'll be coming out on Disney Plus.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Yeah, pretty sure.
All right. Well, seeing with my new schedule, I can at least do some reels maybe or something. We'll see how that goes. Reaction videos or something.
Yeah.
And then we'll definitely always cover it on Saturdays for sure. But yeah, so a new character on that show. So I'm pretty excited. Good. They got, what's her name? From Parks and Recreation.
Yes.
So I'm excited because they always say that she would do a good witch. So I'm pretty excited. They were excited for her. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping the best. MCU's got a lot to cover. Speaking of Brave New World, something came up. I didn't remember. It was on the tip of my brain. Someone else is in that movie. It's a rumor.
Brave New World?
Yeah. Oh, the creator or the dude from the Hulk, the guy that got the blood on his brain, the leader. That's what they call him.
Oh, the leader. Okay.
So they moved to him to get off the broker. So I read an article that he is the one that's doing all the stuff, and he was the actual broker. So
I don't like when they do this.
I know. We talked about this. Like,
so
why would they
annoying.
do this? Why would they make it look? Why would they set it up that way? Like, I agree.
It's because they have to backtrack because people they didn't get enough,
bro. Like, why though? Like, again, how did it get to film? How did it get to the post production without nobody saying, "Dude, this is not gonna go good"? Like, can we not talk to Kevin? Like, was it like She-Hulk where you had to go through layers of security to go talk to Kevin Feige? You know what I mean? Like, or when they were in the script room and they were like, "Let's just go talk to Kevin." Like, they were all like, "We can just talk to Kevin." Like, just can't talk to Kevin. So you know what I mean? But like,
I feel like some of it too, because they have a lot of this has to get screen tested before it's official.
Mm-hmm.
They're either going to people they pay.
They failed like 3 screen tests. The Brave New World.
What are they doing?
That's what I'm saying. They failed like 2 or 3 screen tests already.
I can't with this, man. Like, it's sad because I'll go back to like a video game movie, Resident Evil.
Okay.
They changed so much in it, and when those changes happened, you failed the screen test because of those changes. But then you change something else entirely to fix a problem that wasn't the problem. You completely ignored this fact and went to go hammer another nail. Like, no, man, I need a screwdriver. I don't need a hammer. What the hell's going on here? And it's just like they're like, oh, well, we fixed it. No, you didn't. All you did was use a different tool for the wrong job. I'm like, you ain't even doing that.
I like that analogy.
I can't with these people because it's just like they're over trying at this point.
Yeah.
And they're just like, dude, you have everything you need.
You have the lore.
Yes.
You have
everything you need behind you. Read it. Embrace it. You could make tweaks. You can make adjustments. Again, you could change it.
Do your little thing, but here is the core. Like, follow it. Like,
I can't.
It's one of the things that we preach on this show, guys. 100%. Like, just you have your lore. You have it in your hand.
No,
all right, guys, Captain America.
they have it like this, and they go
the Star Spangled Band. Like, you know,
they go like this. They go. We'll keep this part.
This is what I mean. Like,
all we need is the name,
is
right?
Captain America. Oh, screw that. Star Spangled Man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we're gonna go with. Like,
they're like, no, that's Cap.
Exactly.
No, it's not because he doesn't have the round shield. We give him a square one.
So yeah, guys, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
They I think need the Secret Wars. You know, as we were talking, like, I think Secret Wars, when they finish it and just etch a sketch that goddamn universe, like, and just let's go, man. On to the next one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's watch Toy Story this morning. Like, fucking etch that shit. We're good. Let's go. Forget it. We're on to the next one.
For real.
Do not. What is it? Do not bring last year's problems into this year. Like, you know what I mean? So, but again, what sucks is they're intertwined. You know what I mean? Like, so when you pull this string, it's gonna unravel. You know what I mean? But again, if they start with like a Big Bang Theory, like a big just boom, and then the opening next scene is like new world, like shit. Go with it. Do not.
You can't backtrack. Don't be like, well, actually, this world was a substitute for that world over there.
This guy was in the shadow realm, and he wasn't there when the world restarted.
We're playing Yu-Gi-Oh now.
Well, I was just like, you know, so it's just ridiculous. So I don't know. I hope they do. They were talking about who the anchor being was after this, you know, whole Deadpool movie. Because it wasn't Iron Man, because the universe didn't disappear. So they were saying that it might be Doctor Strange, because he was the best of us. They showed those scenes of, you know, what's her name, and then, you know, they said that the reason that backed it up even more was because at one point he's not even the Sorcerer Supreme no more. He doesn't have the title, so Wong does. But again, she knew that Doctor Strange is the best. Yeah. So they're wondering if she, you know, ultimately knew that he was like a bigger being.
I mean, I could see that, but at the same time, I feel like
why did he make Iron Man snap? Like, you know what I mean?
Like, that's why.
He was supposed to point at him, not just say one. Like, he's supposed to say it's you. Like,
he's like, I can't do it. My hands are trembling.
After my surgery, I can't snap. Like,
he's like, I'm lucky I could do this stuff, okay?
Oh, man.
What about it?
I can see that being your reason. Like, yeah, his hands really look fucked up, so he can't.
Did you see them trembling when you did that?
Yeah, I like how he kept that. At least he always kept this hand shaking part, you know. So that was great. That made me cry.
I could see an argument for Tom Holland's Spider-Man being the anchor being.
Okay.
Because Spider-Man, even in the comics, he was always known as the greatest hero. He was always known as the best of them. He's put his life on the line so much. He's done so much. He's lost so many family members and everything. But he's always worked to achieve and save as many people as he never sacrificed as long as he could help it. Like, he would try down to the last second to save the person and still stop the villain as long as he could do it. So Spider-Man is, like, even in comic book lore, like, later on, he was known as the greatest hero.
Interesting.
Which is why you have Spider-Man 2099, because they're still
going that far. Yeah,
like, it's still
his image of Spider-Man carried that long. Like,
so it's just like I could see a argument for that one.
Okay. But I'm ready. I mean, Deadpool did what they needed to do. If they run with it, again, they brought in the multiverse. We're still in the multiverse kind of field. So again, it's not getting tiring, but it's just so many webs, man. Like, I mean, you can no longer just watch a movie to understand the movie. Like, you now have to watch other movies to know that movie. Like, you know, you no longer can just watch Captain America movies to know Captain America: Brave New World. You have to go watch Winter Soldier and you know, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You're gonna have to go watch the Hulk to understand the leader. You're gonna have to, you know, and that wasn't even in the MCU. Like, that's just a random movie, you know, from Fox that was allowed.
No, you know? I don't think they had Fox. It was Universal.
20th Century. I thought it was 20. Oh yeah, you always tell me that. It is Universal. It's always Universal. But you know, just, I mean, I don't know, guys. I really think they need to etch a sketch it. We'll be good. I think we'll be good, honestly.
You know what we need? I don't know if everybody agree with me. If anybody hears this and y'all agree, I need like all the thumbs ups and everything. And if they do it, like, what is this, 24? They'll do it by 2027. 2028.
What's your idea?
I need Deadpool one last time.
With Spider-Man?
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe and resets everything. He actually, because in the Marvel Universe, in the comics, you know about it. He comes in, kills everybody, and kills the writers.
There's two, right?
Yeah,
there was two. There was Wolverine that killed the entire Is
I
it
don't
all
think.
the X-Men and then
But no, like Wolverine kills all the X-Men,
but the universe
Deadpool kills everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he pops out, he breaks the fourth wall, pops out, comes to the writers' tables, kills all of them, and basically restarts it. And he does it. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe again. So you have somebody that could canonically do this, come out, and then just for fun, have Kevin Feige actually be Kevin Feige in the movie. And he's like, yeah, we're doing this over. Pop! And then he's like, and then at the last scene, he's like, time to start over. And it like starts the movie, like the movie beginning plays again. But that's the end of the movie. And then now it's an entirely new universe for it to go. That would be amazing.
Like a new Marvel intro. Like,
yes.
Oh, dude.
That would be awesome.
I like that, dude. Because I did read that. I read that he had like a Marvel whatever where he killed like everybody. Like he just was going through time, through everything, just killed everything. So, dude.
Yeah, he like crawled out of the pages, went
so
to
you
the
don't even
writers.
want to collab. You just want to just a Deadpool.
Just have him done. Do it over. Let him be the restart, and then the new movie. The ending of his movie is the beginning new Marvel opening.
Deadpool. For all time, always like we tied in Loki in there. Like,
you see the tree in the background still,
dude, or he's holding it or something like that.
You see Loki, and then him holding Loki.
God, dude,
yes, I need something like that.
That'd be dope.
Because I'm like, if they could, like, right now, y'all already on a downslope. Go off on a high note. I need a triple axle on your way down. Do everything you can, and then land it. Because if y'all can pull that off, that is your get out jail free card right there for me. For me only. I don't know if anybody wants to agree, but for me, that is your like, yo, yeah, we're going downhill. Let's run it over.
So they die, reset the universe on Deadpool, right? Do you know enough lore to what happens in Secret Wars that would reset it, because that is the current game plan?
The Secret Wars, I know,
because I know apparently they're revealing their identities, they're coming out to the world. Like
that actually was Civil War.
Oh, Civil War. Okay.
Yeah, that if they're doing that in Secret Wars, they're basically taking the story from Civil War and putting it into Secret Wars. Secret Wars. I can't remember.
Secret Invasion? Was it
Secret Invasion's popping in my head when I'm talking about Secret Wars. So Secret Invasion is where the Skrulls are being outed as taking over the superheroes, and you have Super Skrulls having their powers fighting against the heroes. The coolest one ever was when you see, I don't know if you've seen it. There's actually a Marvel animated series or movie, but they have heroes coming because they're like, hey, something went off over here, something big happened or whatever. So they come and like, oh, the Skrulls aren't supposed to be here or something. And then they open up a hatch, and when they open up the hatch into this freaking UFO, it's the heroes in their old 80s uniforms. And they're like, oh, they're changed into the people or whatever. But these heroes have their powers. The Skrulls that are taken over for them on that like are current now start fighting against them and everything, because now it's just like the heroes are like, no, we're back and we're pissed. You give us back our spots. And they're like, we don't even know what the hell happened the last 20 years. And there's a big old fight. Like
holy
that
shit.
That's supposed to be Secret Invasion.
I think I've seen the animated parts of that. I might have to look that up.
That was supposed to be Secret Invasion. That was supposed to set up for the Super Skrulls taking over, like secretly taking over major players. They took over Thor.
The president.
They took over, no, like just heroes.
The heroes, okay.
Yeah, just hero-wise. They took over the president and stuff, like major like authority figures. But just hero-wise, they took over Thor. They took over Captain America. They took over, I think, Miss Marvel, Luke Cage. They took over some heavy hitters, and they were all trapped. They were like on their own, like flying through space or whatever. They weren't supposed to come back because the Skrulls were trying to have their spot. But yeah, it was
that's freaking wicked. Yeah,
that was supposed to be Secret Invasion.
See, so that's what I'm wondering. So that was Secret Invasion. I remember reading a little bit of that, not that deep into it. So then, what is Secret Wars? Because that's what they said. Secret Invasion leads into Secret Wars.
Yeah,
because of the Skrulls and all that. Yeah, the
Super Skrulls. Like now
But again, we're already forgetting about Secret Invasion, but they might be tying that into this, though. Unfortunately, you know.
Because I know with Secret Invasion later on, they're like, we can't tell who's who. So then, actually, Secret Wars might be introducing this, just in case. I'm not sure, the movie, because Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, creates something that could tell if somebody's a Skrull or not. So now the Skrulls are no longer safe in their hidden form, even though they look like a superhero. They could be ratted out. Shit. So then now it's a big ass war.
Dude, they do that
and
shit?
I believe that was supposed to be
because
Secret
Fantastic War is coming out before the Secret Wars.
So now that could possibly be a thing. But also, from what I heard, with
heard it here first, guys.
So with that,
the Hydeout.
Also the whole Deadpool thing too, because I even called out dates, so just in case.
Yeah, September 7th, guys. We said it.
But if that's a possible way for them to do it, because they are introducing the Fantastic Four beforehand, only issue I have with that is I'm like, who are they replacing? Because they don't have a whole bunch of heroes. Who are they replacing? Why are they replacing them? We need information. But Secret Wars is also probably going to lead into Doomsday. Or is Doomsday before Secret Wars?
It is now Avengers Doomsday and then Avengers Secret Wars.
Okay. So Doomsday is, from what I've read, is going to be Doctor Doom pulling together all the universes to make Battleworld. And Secret Wars might be them fighting against that, Battle War type
And
era.
we saw it already, they say, that when Doctor Strange was traveling through the multiverses, that world with the dinosaurs was Battleworld. So again, what we talked about before the show is they might have ran with it after the fact. Like, you know what I mean? Like before the show, we talked about that. Like it might have not been a thing, but because everyone's saying it's a thing, then they just kind of agree that it's a thing, So
the writers are like, you know what? That is actually a good thought. Let's go with that. Yeah, let's say we had this down all the time. Write that down. Write that down.
I did write that. So, but yeah, we have we'll have a good show, guys. I mean, again, if we're on that long, I'm excited. I mean, we'd be maybe hopefully attending the red carpets of those things.
Oh, I would wish one day we'll get there.
That would be dope. But guys, stay tuned. We'll be covering all that stuff. We can tie back to these episodes where we talked about this stuff and how we have been. I like how we cover some stuff and then end up coming true.
Like that, there was a couple of episodes ago where we said something and like back to back.
Literally, the next thing we find out the news about it. So we'll be covering it hopefully by still around those times. So I'll be excited. I'm excited, skeptical, but excited. You know what I mean? Like we'll see how it goes. But we're not gonna forget the best part. We got a little bit of time. We're going to go over the My Hero. Again, that we'll go in the anime realm now. Do you have any anime news by chance? I'm about to check mine.
I do not, unfortunately. Well, it's rumored right now that I forget his name and I did not write it down. The mangaka of My Hero is supposedly starting a new project. Okay. And it might be My Hero Part 2, basically.
What? Like, after?
Yeah. So, I don't know about that.
That's why I was like, I have a face. Like,
yeah. I wouldn't be mad at it because we still need to know if Bakugo's arm got... Yeah, Bakugo. I would like pause. I was like, where are you? I was so nervous. I was like, no!
He's getting his heart beating right now.
Yeah. We still need to know if Bakugo is good. We still need to know if certain other characters... how they fare and everything. And yeah, so we need to figure some of that out. But
so you wouldn't mind a continuation?
I wouldn't mind a continue, like, because I think it's like an 8-year gap or something in between the ending and then like the little prologue.
Oh no shit! Yeah, because he did look older. There was a picture where they did like him in his uniform or something like that. And he was
it's like an 8-year gap. Yeah. So I'm like, give me with that 8-year gap. I wouldn't mind following up 8 years later.
Mm-hmm. Okay, where he's an actual hero.
Yeah.
Oh, non-anime. Forgot this. Creature Commandos DC news will make its official debut on HBO Max on Thursday, December 5th, followed by one episode weekly with a finale on January 16th.
Okay.
So almost like 8-9 episodes.
Yeah.
So hell yeah. So yeah, December 5th is Creature Commandos. But I do not have any anime news, unfortunately. But we are gonna go ahead and just talk My Hero. We were on the Riot last time, guys. That was our last episode that we covered. Craziness, honestly. Again, that is what a riot is. But episode starts and we get what's his name? The turtle guy, the
Spinner?
lizard Spinner.
Yeah.
We have him.
He's not a turtle.
I thought he was a turtle.
He's a lizard.
Is he a lizard?
He's a lizard.
Swear to God, I thought it was a turtle. Too much TMNT, in my life. But we have Spinner getting mad, and like you said, at this point he had like some type of dialect still.
Yeah.
And he told him, don't forget who mistreated us. Follow me. And he takes off to the hospital to go get Kurogiri. Kurogiri.
Yeah.
There we go. Kurogiri. So he's going, and it's given his backstory. How again he was mistreated, but he was given this opportunity by All for One. To be because he needed this person. You are the one that's going to get him.
Mm-hmm.
And again, foreshadow, but nonetheless, these guys thought about everything. If this happens, this is the failsafe. If this happens, this is a failsafe. Like, so this episode, as the description says, it was edge. I was on the edge of my seat, honestly. Like, I was 100%. I was just like, holy crap! Even Bree was like, that was 22 minutes. Like, a lot happened in this episode. I was like, yes, this felt like an episode, like right here. So we get Spinner. He's getting there, and then he has this tape that was supposed to be given to Kurogiri to awaken him to have him fight in this war.
Yeah.
Then you have Mike. Is that his name?
President Mike. Yeah.
Something like that. And then he screams and like basically shatters that shell that Spinner had on him and like put him into like a coma, like a a daze. Pokemon terms, confusion. And so like literally on the floor. But he messed up the speaker, and like, and this is where it gets crazy. So meanwhile, there was a lot of several minutes before and a little several minutes after on this episode. So, well, sure enough, they break into the hospital, and they listen to Homie, from My Hero, the Octo guy.
Yeah.
It replayed in their minds. When he said, that we saved the help, the patients and everybody first.
Yeah.
We always thought about you guys, and the doctors were there, holding hands and everything, and it was a powerful moment for the riot. But where I was laughing a little bit earlier is this is a riot, guys. Like if you see the mangaka and the anime, like there's like thousands of people in this street rioting, in the honor on the respects of the heteromorphs. And what we talk about, consistently is, the power of will, the power of love, and
the power of friendship.
Friendship, yeah, like stopped, like just stopped, like the whole shit just stopped because they saw this line of doctors holding hands. I'm not a pro like violence guy, but in real terms in life that would not happen. You know what I mean? Like there was thousands rioting. There's not one person that just still wants to kick some ass. Like I feel like that would have been
He's all the way in the back.
I was gonna see like it was a South Park episode. Boo! like kick somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you suck. Like, so that hurt me again. I for the sake of the anime, it was great. The moment was beautiful, not taken away from that, but that's what got me. I was inside just internally laughing because of the Nathan conversations, our conversations, like just like the power of friendship just stopped this multi-thousand person riot, and everybody just ready to help out now, like so
they're like, wait a minute, you guys care? I never was cared for.
Forget all those years of trauma. You're right. Like,
that one person, my mom never liked me. You want to hold my hand, please?
Get away from me, kid. This is not your moment. It's mine. So yeah, that happened, man. It was rough, but the kurigiri is that part that happened after this is, again, there was a lot of several moments, in this. So there was this right here. I'm guessing is like you probably can be able to tell me, is this a pivotal turn in the war right now, like war arc wise?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like after this episode, it's that
you're kind of nervous now.
Yeah, things might happen, and
do I have a purpose of being on the edge of my seat?
Yes.
There we go. Perfect. So like that's where I'm at. Like I was, I felt it. I felt
You're not
like,
on the edge.
Oh, so fall off. But what's called? I felt it. Me and Bree felt that it was starting to happen. Like the intensity.
Yes.
So then you have that several moments later, you got Mike coming in again. It showed him, on the other perspective of coming and like coming up to Spinner. The earlier episode was Spinner's perspective. Now we're at Mike's perspective, and I feel bad for the guy. I mean, if y'all remember, you watched the show. That was his best friend. It was him and
Eraserhead.
Eraserhead. They were homies through and through. And
yep.
Did he die? They thought he died.
They thought
right?
he died.
Okay, because it was they were in a battle or something.
They were
like
in a battle or something, and then something happened where they thought he died, and I think they found like a piece of him or something.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's got these flashbacks going in, and the moments that he's walking up, he's inhaling air. So he's kind of got like Black Bolt's power, which is the strength of vocal cords. He amplifies the noise.
What? Mouth?
Huh?
What mouth?
Okay, Wanda. so then he's inflating his cheek, and so you're seeing this decision in his head. Like they kept him alive, they believed that he was there, but for the sake of the war, he already made this decision that he's gonna take his homie out. Like
he's no longer what I remember.
Yeah. He himself said he's not him. So he goes. He's going. All the while, Spinner is like, I'm playing this episode intensely because, again, this was such in-depth episode. There was no fight scenes. It was just literal stories, and so then you get Spinner just talking to himself like, why can't I move? Like, I failed again. Like, I'm alone. I'm by myself. I didn't have no one behind me. Like, I thought there were going to be, all, for me. I failed, all for one, to do the mission that he had sent me out to do. So now we're not going to win this battle. And then, like, out of nowhere, as Mike is coming, about to say, no, I think he says the word, Spinner snaps, homie comes up, backup plan. So now we go to another little back plan where it goes back to Spinner talking to Alt for one, and it was like, yo, if this breaks, this hand, like, wasn't in there earlier. Now he just pulls a random hand. It's like, this hand will awaken Kurogiri as well. Like, you know what I mean? And it was just like, so pulls this random ass, dead ass hand, puts it up to fucking Kurogiri's face, and it says, yo, your homie Shigaraki needs you. Like, paraphrase, by the way. Like,
that would have been hilarious to actually see, though. Your homie needs you, dog.
Kurogiri needs you, homie. Like, so
wake up, slaps him with it.
Fucking Bugs Bunny. When he does that, I love that scene where he like one each finger, he just ta ta ta. So he puts that, and like that moment right there, dog. Ooh, so because Mike yells, and for Mike to yell, and then, dude, like guys, again, this it's getting there. Again, it's a pivotal moment. He just confirmed for me. So I'm saying this as a fan. Like, I'm genuinely in this right now. So like this, he screams. Fucking, you see his half of his face, like his actual being is there still. He almost had his homie.
Yeah.
But that just, I mean, Kurogiri's new mindset, or the Kurogiri, overstepped his friend, like, you know, and enveloped him again. And then just, this is where, you know, man, like, the music changes, Spinner's gone, they get sucked into Kurogiri's transport, you know, quirk.
Yeah.
Then that's when you're about to find out. So you got the Iron Dome, the Iron Coffin in the sky.
It's such a hard name, too.
It is badass. And so you got the Iron Coffin, you got homie doing work, even you got a young kid narrating that he did all of this, you know, and then you got, boom, Kurogiri comes out of nowhere. And is it on that part? No, I think it was later. So then you get, it goes back to Dobby. And Dobby, again, Dobby's done. Dobby is not Dobby. Dobby is this demonic blue demon. Like, dude is sick, dog.
Yes.
Like, it is sick. It's one of the, hands down, one of the baddest characters in the series, like, sheer strength wise. So he was producing such heat that he was even taking out Todoroki, like, as far as, like, he couldn't withstand it.
Yeah.
And, you know, he felt like Dobby was there for him, and at that moment, that's when Dobby, he's like, yo, I'm still breathing. He's like, but I need to get back to where All For One is at.
Yeah.
You know, that is the plan. They screwed us over by separating us. And then at that moment, Dobby's about to fly away. And then this line was sick. It was like, hey, Dobby, I know you owe me before, but your ticket to this flight is, you know, cleared. Yeah. And then, you know, freaking Kurogiri teleport comes in. And it's just like, oh, shit. Like, and then homie just jumps in. He's like, bet. And then, oh, dude, it just gets... He's coming out to go fight Endeavor. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, several moments later, again, this show goes back to the island where they're going against, what's her name? Toga. Some other T.
Toga.
Toga, there we go. And they're fighting her. They're trying to figure out what's her deal. Why is she, you know, whatever. And then next thing you know, they pull out a blood capsule. Froppy is on top of it, you know, was like, oh, blood, like, I'm not going to let you, slaps it, decoy blood, guys. And this was showing how she grew. Yeah. So she wasn't a villain. She was just insane. Yeah. So she was just crazy. She liked blood. She killed everything that she loved.
It was crazy because her quirk made her want the blood. Kind of like, what is his name? The other guy from the very first like season or whatever, the one that would like lick the blood off the knife and stuff, he escaped too.
Hedon.
No, not that one. Wrong anime. But he was a villain. He killed what's his name's brother, the one with engines. No, he didn't.
Yeah. Slade. No, not Slade. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh. I can't remember his name right now.
Spinner's idol.
Yeah.
Spinner's idol. Yeah.
Yeah, but that one, her power is similar to his, with the blood needing to be required. But his idolization of heroes made him turn into a villain because he doesn't feel like heroes are good enough. Her power requires, she's like, the only way I can feel love is if I share this blood. Like, I need blood to fulfill the love. But she has that twisted sense because her quirk is so odd, even though she looks normal. It made her kind of unstable mentally, but then she actually was never cared for by her parents or anybody else.
Because she thought she was
thought she was crazy. So that made her just like pull away more. So now she's completely broken. So it just shows how easy somebody could be broken with that level of like anybody, you know, if you don't care about them at all, anybody that doesn't feel any type of, you know, affection.
And then what tipped her was doubles. Is this double?
Yes. Twice.
When he was the last one that cared for her, like, and she felt it and didn't need his blood, was like genuine, and then found out he died. That was it, and that was the description from the narrator of my hero, was like, she snapped at that moment when Twice was killed, and then she now is a true villain, because at that point it was only to the surface level of her thoughts. But now she's forward thinking, and that's what they were saying, like she's planning and knowing how to, you know, do things, and they were like, that's when she accepted her villain, you know,
villain culture,
you know, and so I was like, oh shit. So then that's when the whole Froppy thing, finds out it was, you know, decoy blood that called the Nomus, one of the Nomus, to attack her. So it was like a heat thing to find out that was her or whatever. So all this stuff went after Froppy. Cool thing though, side note on her villainy, she still saved Froppy, and then that's when the not Todoroki, what's his name? Kurogiri portal pops up, and no. All that happened. She drank Twice's blood, because that she's like, there's no way out. We're losing the battle. I gotta use it. This was supposed to be the failsafe. Screw it. Like, I'm gonna take it. So she took Twice's blood, becomes Twice. What's her name? Ochaku sees it. She's like, oh shit. That's when the portal comes, and was like, hey, you're needed, you know, to go, you know, do you want to save something, or do you want to save the, you know, Shigaraki? And she was just like, stepped in that portal, and this is where it gets freaking wild. Like, this is again why I figured it's a pivotal point in this war, because not only that, she her insanity, she snapped, she's broken. The plan is Twice's blood, which is dangerous in the first place. The name of the final shot is Dead Man's Parade, or something, like, you know, sad man's parade, Dead Man's Parade, or something like that. Millions, guys, like thousands of freaking Twices are just coming out this portal, like just floating. Kurogiri's just pumping them out, like, you know. Again, Dabi comes in. Endeavor's tripping balls, because, you know, Dabi's just presence is just wicked right now, and he just like, Tucson, it just sounds so wicked in anime. He's like, Tucson, like, I'm coming for your ass, like, you forget about me, like, oh shit. And then Twice comes in, and then he knew. He's like, and the cool thing, freaking Hawks didn't back down. He's like, what are you gonna do now? He's like, I'm gonna kill him, like, you know, what else am I gonna do? Like, ooh, man, dude. So guys, this episode, why I talked so like in depth with it, was that was intense, man. This war is like, hey, freaking, it's about to happen.
I'm looking at this, and I don't know how many more episodes we got left.
Well, didn't we say that they've been pumping out like 18 at least every season? Almost?
I think so. How many do we have right now?
I think we're at like 14, 13.
So 4 more episodes. If they finish it within 4 episodes, you get another season. If they continue to like keep going, they could finish it this season, or they could finish it in a movie after this.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so we're at the end.
We're there. So okay, so they're using a lot of chapters for this last season. Okay. Okay.
It gets, when I like, honestly, this is like the craziest part, like, coming up right now with everything. And then after that, it just like, now it starts winding down again after.
Dude, like, I'm telling you, like, all for one, like, again, thought for it all. Like, again, you I guess have to think 4 or 5 moves ahead. Like, this dude had a tape, then it had a hand, then and again, he had blood, he had armor, and then he had the dude, like, you know, get synthetic blood of the homegirl. And like, dude, just shit was on. He's been shitting on these fools, like, just like, thought you had me? Like,
I can't wait for you to
have your car, like, you know.
He said, "Give me your ID. You can't even have you."
Yeah, straight up.
No, man, I can't wait for you to get the next couple episodes, because
Batman comes in.
Basically, Batman, Iron Man show up. You'll see.
Oh man, but yeah. So the only Dark Mormon character I can think of is Eraserhead.
You'll see. I thought it was like a Batman, Iron Man.
Okay,
you'll figure it out. When you see it, you'll see it.
So I was just like, man. So I already know
what.
Next time on. Let me put my narrator voice. Next time on the Hideout.
Will he figure it out? Does he really know?
As we're paused and the credits are rolling.
we just stand right here. We have to. I need to learn ventriloquism for this.
That's great. But yeah, guys, intensity. Hopefully, based on the pace, and as a fan, I would take that. I'll take a episodes, leave us on the hanging, and like hit us with a freaking legit movie. Like finish it off, badass animation, like top tier, money thrown in it. Because they've made two. They made two movies. Random. They're not. They canon.
They're half canon.
What you talking about?
They're anime canon because they introduce characters in the movie, and then the characters are now in the manga. But they were introduced in the movie first, and then got introduced into the manga after. So they're canon because he brought them in, but they never happened in the manga. So
that's freaking wild.
I don't know.
What makes that inspiration? Like, what would make you change your story that you already had? Like,
unless too, because I know there's sometimes when a lot of manga have this issue where, okay, let me put it this way: I give you a deadline of a week. In a week, you need to give me a chapter, anywhere from 8 to 10 pages. You know the story you want to tell, but can you fit that within
8 to 10 pages?
I'll give you 8 to 15 pages. You have to write it and draw it in a week. Give me all the detail. You can't falter, because if you falter, now I'm not going to trust you, and now you're going to go. You're right now you're top shelf. You fuck up, you're going to go shelf down. You don't want to do that. You're on one of the highest platforms in the world right now. You need to stay here. So everything you have planned cannot always go in. So maybe he kicked over to the anime, but hey, these are some ideas I had. Do something with them. Now you got a movie. I already had this character plan. Now I got to implement him into the manga after your movie, because now everybody knows his name if they follow the movie. So it could be stuff like that.
Interesting. Okay. So not so much just an influence, but they were on a deadline, couldn't fit them in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but that seems like an ideal thought to me.
Okay. All right, I can see that working. Yeah, because why? Because again, you had the story. Like, what would you, disrupt it? But I mean, if you couldn't fit it and you really had a passion for that character and you at least wanted to see it on screen, you know what I mean? Then yeah. But yeah, they produced 2 movies, so I wouldn't mind it. Again, I wouldn't mind them, leaving us on a cliffhanger.
Oh, you got
I hate cliffhangers. No, I was going to say.
Speaking of cliffhangers, my wife caught up with the Demon Slayer, and she's like, so when is the movie coming out? I was like, probably not till next year. And she's like, what? You flipped out so hard.
Yeah, trust me, I hurt too. But yeah, I think I'm not a cliffhanger guy. I
love cliffhangers only because they get me to read them.
Wow. Okay. No, I was gonna say, what was your reason? So because it gets you to read it.
Yes. That's honestly what got me into reading more mangas. Because I would people introduced me to anime like Naruto.
So you were impatient, and that's what made you.
And read? I was just like, wait a minute, do I have to wait? And they're like, oh, they have the whole.
So your impatience led you to read.
Mm-hmm. But I've always liked reading
anime. That's what I was saying. Your impatience, my impatience just makes me mad because I don't want to read. So I just fume here waiting for the answers.
The mangas are so good.
I know. Again, shout out Dr. Applesauce. I've mentioned his name multiple times on this show, but one of the good content creators, just hopped in recently, so way more in depth into anime than I am. He's just started reading mangas as well, and he's attest to it. He's just like, it feels good to know how it goes, instead of waiting for for it to come out, what I mean. And then he is now turning into your perspective of, I can't wait for to see this panel
yes,
created.
done.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like, oh man, like
he's like, I see panels and they're like, ooh, this better be in there. Like, you do not miss this one,
yes,
please. Like,
yes.
So yeah. So again, I enjoy his content. So
honestly, there's some panels that I'm just like, I can't wait to see that animated because that animation is gonna go crazy. And if they don't animate it right, I'm gonna rip it to shreds.
So has it ever happened that they don't animate the panel that you want?
I think there has been like one or two because there was a panel that I was like super excited for, and then I was like, where is that one scene? And I'm watching it, and I'm like, it's not in here. But the way they animated it,
it was like
technically could skip that scene. It like didn't. It wasn't necessary. It was just like a show off scene.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like
a build up or a stance or something like that. Okay, okay. Okay.
So I was like, okay, you guys get a pass because y'all made it look smooth
yeah.
enough for me to not want it. Like, not to be like completely bad.
yeah. I mean, I say I want to, but I genuinely don't want to, guys. Like, I hate reading. Like, I used to love reading, but hey, again, for the show, if we go hard and we still continue, like, well, who knows, man? Like, I might start having mangas up here, like, you know, the shelf sets and stuff like that.
Shit, I wouldn't mind bringing some of my box sets.
That'd be dope, you know. So
you know, I have to get approval.
we're gonna touch it all here, guys. Again, I love the show. Again, our randomness, all the conversations, every anime, every movie, trailer, actor, we talk about it on the show.
We just go through everything.
I think we're an everything show now. But,
for real.
But I love it.
Somehow enough video games work their way in here too.
We're gonna be probably talking about video games when DC rolls in, you know, because of James Gunn. So, but thank you guys.
He's biting off a lot for that. He's biting off a lot to introduce video games, movies, and everything. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Games, I was for it till we had the conversation. You made a good point. Like, it's the time between everything. I mean, it's the creation of the project. Like, theoretically, if we all could write a movie, a game, and a TV show and put it out at the same time, then for sure, it's gonna work. But I made Superman Legacy or Creatures Commandos. I made Superman Legacy. I made this game. This game gave you a storyline, but they're already writing the Green Lantern Corps. Is the game already pre-written as well to know that the Green Lantern Corps is gonna have this ending, and you know what I mean? Like, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
There's a lot to weave in.
So, but again, I'm grateful for, I don't know if y'all tuned in, but he did announce the logo. He kept the old DC logo. So he wanted to stay true to the lore, true to what it is, because that's who he wants to be, is from the comics by the fans, you know what I mean? So, again, I'm going to give James Gunn a shot. I really hope the DCU lands straight. Joker's getting demolished. Joker 2 is being demolished right now.
Rightfully so.
And we got the Batman coming out again. Just I don't understand. But again, whatever. You know, we want darker tones. They're listening to the fans. I mean, as long as it doesn't.
Okay, when they say darker tones, they don't mean they want black screens.
Yeah.
You know,
black with red in the background flashing, and you know,
we don't want all that.
Just darker vibe.
Yes.
No cut. No what are the comedic reliefs? No, you know, dark. You know, just dark tones.
If you're gonna do comedic relief, do it right. We don't need it every time. Every time something dark happens, we don't need that.
About it on Blue Beetle.
Yeah,
that it was done. Right. You know, done right. You know what I mean? If you can keep the sentimental moments, the dark moment, right around a good time, enough to be like, oh, all right, nothing's too serious. We got a calming scene next. You know what I mean? If you don't have the comedic relief, the next scene is going to be an intense scene. You know what I mean? Don't add a comedic relief and then give me deep death, type scenes right after. You know what I mean? Like, keep the comedic relief when I know the next scene is going to be lighthearted a little bit.
Like, pull back a little bit. Not going to be like all out death. Like, I think it's first season of Daredevil when he had that like hallway fight scene, which was
the iconic scene.
That, and for it to all be done in one hit, like no breaks there, that was seamless. But I was like, you got that, but there's no comic relief until after we're like, okay, everything's good. Now you have that little comic break, and it's just like, okay, now we're out of this whole
fight.
Everything
he's in danger. So, And see, and again, music's pivotal, so you can tell. But again, the comedic relief gives you that thought process, like, oh, I guess not. It's not gonna be intense afterwards or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Done right, yeah. I say do so. But like I said, we talk about everything, guys. DC, we went off on a realm there, so but yeah, guys, that is our show today. I believe I got everything covered. We got My Hero again every Wednesdays rolls out. We'll cover that next week. We're gonna continue that, and we'll be only covering that, and maybe we throw some other animes maybe in the mix because I don't have any movies that we're gonna cover next episode. It's just gonna be news and My Hero.
My Hero. Agatha comes out
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Then after Agatha, we have Venom.
Mm-hmm.
After Venom, I think it's pretty dead.
The Creatures Commandos.
Yeah, but that's not until December. But Venom is in October.
November. Yeah, I don't know anything in November. But so we'll have our guest Nathan probably on the show sometime there. Again, I'm hoping to do like a page where it has all our dates with everything once we set the guests that are going to come on. Maybe do like a post that will have the dates on there. Regular show and then like guest star show or something.
That's really gonna hold you to it too.
I know. Yeah, that's the truth. Then we're gonna have to actually reschedule and not just announce. So
you'd be like, "Hey guys, we're actually pretty sick today."
Yeah, straight up. we try our best, guys. Thank y'all again for following us and tuning in and enjoying it with us. But yeah, that's the plan. We'll see where we go and where we land, and next week we should be good again at our new time, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that'll be every Saturday, and then we'll announce for sure if we change a time period due to our scheduling. But again, yeah, stay tuned, guys. Keep liking our stuff. Spotify's up there, and then stay tuned. Once I for sure catch us up on YouTube, we will have a YouTube platform, and we'll go from there. But life's and everyone has a gig. We got work, and we all have a side hustle, side hobbies, things of the sort. So we're all trying our best. But thank y'all, guys. Thank y'all for sure for enjoying the conversations with us,
taking your time with us.
Yeah, 2 hours out of the weekend. Why not talk some shit, talk some movies, and have a good time. But thank you guys. Another week here at the Hideout. We'll see y'all next week, and thank y'all. See ya.
Thank y'all for joining us.